You got a lonesome road to walk, and it ain't along the railroad track, and it ain't along the blacktop tar you've walked 100 times before. I tell you where the real road lies, between your ears, behind your eyes. That is the path to paradise, and likewise the road to ruin. My name is Neve Mazique. I am a teaching artist with Seattle Theater Group, and I am going to be teaching you how to sing part of the song Wait For Me, Reprise from Hadestown the musical. The part of the song that I opened with is Hermes, the narrator and sort of MC of our story, singing/saying, "You've got a lonesome road to walk." Say that after me. You've got a lonesome road to walk. All right, and the next line is, and it ain't along the railroad tracks. So repeat that with me. And it ain't along the railroad tracks. Together, that's, you've got a lonesome road to walk, and it ain't along the railroad tracks. The next line is, and it ain't along the blacktop tar you walked 100 times before. And it ain't along the blacktop tar you walked 100 times before. Okay, so the rhythm is really important because that's where we find the little rhymes in this. This is meant to be spoken and sung with attitude, with intention, with clarity. So from the top, you've got a lonesome road to walk, and it ain't along the railroad track, and it ain't along the blacktop tar you walked 100 times before. Here's the next part. I'll tell you where the real road lies. Say that with me. I'll tell you where the real road lies. Between your ears, behind your eyes. I'll tell you where the real road lies, between your ears, behind your eyes. That is the path to paradise, and likewise the road to ruin. I'll tell you where the real road lies, between your ears, behind your eyes. That is the path to paradise, and likewise the road to ruin. What Hermes is talking about in this part of the song is that our perspective, how we think of ourselves, how we take care of ourselves and advocate for ourselves and other people we care about, can make or break a situation. It can be the difference between walking your soul out of some terrible place or staying stuck in that place. So from the top, it is, you've got a lonesome road to walk, and it ain't along the railroad track, and it ain't along that blacktop tar you walked 100 times before. I'll tell you where the real road lies, between your ears, behind your eyes. That is the path to paradise, and likewise the road to ruin. In this song, the protagonists are singing to pump themselves up as they rebel and walk themselves out of hell, aka Hadestown. Now, Orpheus and Eurydice, who, like Hermes and Hades and Persephone, are characters from Greek ancient literature or Greek mythology. And Orpheus and Eurydice in this story are the main protagonists and the star-crossed lovers. The sort of parallel star-crossed lovers in the story are Hades and Persephone. So the next part of the song is sung by Eurydice and Orpheus, and it also includes the rest of the souls that have been living in hell or Hadestown. So a lot of different voice parts can sing this. I'm going to sing in the range that is comfortable for me on this song, which is in a mixture of my chest and head voice. and is probably somewhere around the alto, mezzo, soprano range. But if you can find your octave above or below me, or find a harmony line, it's totally great and awesome to sing however feels and sounds good to your body. Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait for me, I'm coming too, I'm coming too. So, to break down those lines in rhythm, it is wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait for me, I'm coming too, I'm coming too. Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait for me, I'm coming too, I'm coming too. This next part of the song happens in both Wait for Me, the first iteration, and in this iteration, the reprise. In the first Wait for Me, this part is Orpheus singing, and he is singing about how he is going to go to Hadestown. He is going to go down to hell to get Eurydice and bring her back to Earth with him, okay? In the second version, in the reprise, this is Eurydice singing to Orpheus about how she will follow him out of hell, okay? Out of Hadestown. I'm coming, wait for me. I hear the walls repeating, the falling of our feet, and it sounds like drumming, and we are not alone. I hear the rocks and stones echoing our song. I'm coming. A toned down, less belty version of that is I'm coming, wait for me. I hear the walls repeating, the falling of our feet, and it sounds like drumming, and we are not alone. I hear the rocks and stones echoing our song. I'm coming. So what I am doing in the belting version or in the head voice version is I am singing a part of the chorus that works in harmony and driving opposition to the rest of the way that the chorus is being sung, right? So if you imagine the chorus moving steadily forward in this kind of horizontal crossing, finger twinkling formation, this part is like a perpendicular line driving right through that, okay? It orients everything in a direction, but it is also leading the charge of this part of the song. It really has a lot of heart and a lot of feeling, and what Eurydice is singing about is that she is hearing the stepping, she is hearing the echoing of their feet all together, making this rising chorus and this beautiful drum beat, right? So it's about being galvanized by people coming together and trying to accomplish something for the good of all, which is personally something that I find the most inspiring and the most beautiful. So I find this part very challenging to sing. I am not singing it perfectly, which is why I want to encourage y'all to go for it and not sing it perfectly. However, even though I'm not singing it perfectly, I am striving to sing it safely, which I think is really one of the most important parts of singing. because when you sing, you're using muscles. Just like when you're dancing, you are breathing. So the first thing that I like to do is fill my belly with air and really feel all of the little muscles and fascia push out when I fill my belly with air. And when I exhale, I feel my belly go in a little bit, right? My diaphragm is also right about here. Your diaphragm moves up and down as you breathe and talk, and it helps us make that belting sound, right? So a belt sound is technically being sung from your chest. But if a song is not safe for you to sing all chest, then you can add in a little bit of head voice, and that is what is called a mix. Towards the end of this song, I would definitely say that I am singing in my mixed voice. But let's start with the first line. So I breathe in. I'm coming, wait for me. So what I just did was, I'm someone with arthrogryposis, which means that stretching every part of my body is sometimes a task. I have a lot of desire in my body to kind of clench and close in and twist. And so sometimes I work on unfurling that instinct of my body. So I tend to work my mouth a lot when I am singing. I am from New Jersey, and so I do not always wrap my mouth very intensely around every word. Sometimes I talk with barely moving my mouth. So in singing, it's a retraining of really getting your mouth around these words. When you see Eva Noblezada singing this song, she does not look like she is working very hard. And that is because all of her training and all of her practice have resulted in her being able to utilize her belly and her diaphragm and her breath, and utilize her vocal cords and her soft palate and her tongue and her mouth to make all of the sounds that she wants to make without it looking like she's working really hard. So if you want to get a sort of belty, fierce sound, you're going to want to direct your sound towards the front of your face. Imagine that you have a beak, okay? So there is going to be a narrowing point of the sound coming out like this, but you want it to start big while it is still in your head and in your chest and in your belly. So getting all of the air that you need, pushing it forward. I'm coming, wait for me. Right? E's are especially hard because it's this narrow sound sometimes, and making sure that you're getting a full sound around that E can be challenging. I know it is for me. The next line is, I hear the walls repeating the falling of our feet, and it sounds like drumming. So let me sing that the way that I have found to. I hear the walls repeating the falling of our feet, and it sounds like drumming. So little tip for that line is drumming, right? You're not gonna say it sounds like drumming. It's gonna sound a little more like like you're having an vowel sound, but you don't wanna chop it off on the consonant end. So allowing it to all open around the vowels in the song is really the best tip I can give to myself and to others. And slowing it down. That's the other part, slowing it down. I'm coming, wait for me. I hear the walls repeating the falling of our feet, and it sounds like drumming. Another thing I do is I lift my nose. So see this little wrinkle here? I lift my nose when I want to do the drumming so that it can still be round, but it is still getting this elongated I sound. The last part of the song is really about these O sounds. So we've got, and we are not alone. I hear the rocks and stones echoing our song. I'm coming. And then there's that and coming. And at the end of that, there's this really sweet little harmony of everyone coming in on a different complementary note for the coming line. So let's try it in the bouts. And we are not alone. I hear the rocks and stones echoing our song. I'm coming. All right. You want to try it from the top? Let's give it a try. You got a lonesome road to walk, and it ain't along the railroad tracks, and it ain't along the blacktop tar you walked 100 times before. I tell you where the real road lies, between your ears, behind your eyes. That is the path to paradise, and likewise the road to ruin. Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait for me, I'm coming to. Wait for me, I'm coming. Wait, I'm coming with you. Wait for me, I'm coming to. I'm coming, wait for me. I hear the walls repeating, the falling of our feet, and it sounds like drumming, and we are not alone. I hear the rocks and stones echoing our song. I'm coming. Did you do it? How did it feel? It felt pretty good to me, also a little scary, but that's kind of what is wonderful about musical theater. It is a little scary, and when you get it and when you feel it, it's one of the most unbeatably magical feelings in the world. So please come and join me to sing, dance, and act and learn about the story of Hadestown the musical with me, Neve. Y'all are amazing. See you there.